Welcome to My Words Are My Voice, the unspoken words from non-speaking or minimally speaking individuals within the autism community. My name is Rich. I'm just a dad and happen to have a New York accent. The words you'll be listening to come from writings from smart, intelligent, and insightful individuals who point one letter at a time on a letterboard, a stencil board, a keyboard, iPad, or any other type of electronic device. And these individuals who have this ability to communicate, simply put, need to be respected and recognized for who they truly are, smart and intelligent. And we need to honor that. And when we do, this world becomes a far better place. Welcome back, all. This episode is all about a civil rights issue that we all have a responsibility to respond to. In our previous podcast called A Historic Moment, which it truly was, the New York State Assembly back in June unanimously voted and passed the Communication Bill of Rights for Individuals with Disabilities, State Bill A7363. This will allow these individuals the ability to use whatever communication device they personally prefer. So that could mean using a letterboard, a keyboard, an iPad, or any other device they're comfortable using. So what you'll be hearing for the next 6 minutes are comments from non-speaking individuals sharing their excitement, enthusiasm, their optimism, appreciation, and thankfulness based on the results of this recent vote. And a quick fact before we get into the writings. This is by no means a done deal. The next step in this political process is for the New York State Senate to vote and pass it, which will happen sometime in 2026. When that happens, it then goes to the New York State Governor for signature. So, on to our writings and take a listen to how this unanimous vote was received by these individuals. First up is 25-year-old Luke Gilmore. Using the letterboard, he taps one letter at a time on his blog dated June 16th of 2025, which was posted on the Mouth to Hand Learning Center website. Here are Luke's comments. I am beside myself about the Communication Bill of Rights passing in the New York State Assembly. It's a huge step forward. The Senate is out of session until late in the year. I can't imagine that it won't pass because it was unanimous in the Assembly. More and more people who are decision makers are seeing and believing. One day soon, typing for communication will become standard for all non-speakers. And I am becoming convinced that that day isn't far off. I believe now that we will win the battle against the naysayers. Luke, as always, thank you for your comments, and I absolutely love your optimism. It's awesome. Next up is Elizabeth Bonker, who happened to be one of those non-speakers walking the halls of the New York State Capitol building, sharing her thoughts with senators and aides by tapping one letter at a time prior to the voting process. And as a reminder, you may know her from her commencement speech as valedictorian from Rollins College in 2022, which went viral on social media. And today, Elizabeth is the executive director of Communication for All, a nonprofit with the mission to ensure all non-speakers have access to communication and education. Listen to her response to the vote. I am thrilled that we have reached this important milestone in disability rights for those of us who cannot speak and have so much to contribute to the world. Thank you to the advocates and allies that partnered with us to pass the Communication Bill of Rights in the New York State Assembly. We are grateful for Assemblyman Angelo Santabarbara, who sponsored the bill, and we look forward to working with Senator Pat Fahey to pass it in the Senate. Please join our C4A network on the Communication for All website to help us pass the Communication Bill of Rights in New York and nationwide. Elizabeth, thank you for sharing and, more importantly, your commitment to this civil rights issue. Thank you. Next up, Trevor and Tyler Mason. They also walked the halls of the New York State Capitol building back in early June, meeting with many legislators and aides and communicating with them by tapping one letter at a time. And Tyler writes, I am super excited about the New York State Assembly passing the Communication Bill of Rights. The fact that it was unanimous says a lot and sends a message that this bill needs to be passed. And his brother, Trevor, writes the following. I am thrilled that the New York State Assembly passed the Communication Rights Bill. I am hopeful that the Senate will pass it as well in the winter when they return to Albany. It's the right thing to do. In closing, my petition is that each and every one, please take responsibility, respond to your local representative wherever you may live. And to all those non-speakers who communicated based on their preference while they walked in the state capitol building back in June, you are what I would call true influencers, individuals who will leave a positive mark on society. As you just heard, this community as a whole is deeply engaged, involved, and interested in pursuing what is right and just for each and every person. And as I've stated many times, this world becomes a far better place when we begin to truly listen to these individuals. That's it. Till next time. Bye bye.